You were playing Macbeth when the invitation came to play Steptoe. Can you tell us something about that?
Well, not really. I'd had about I don't know. I'd had sort of a bad mental time. I think I wasn't going bonkers, but I had a lot of strain, a lot of overwork, and I was sick of being under the London critical eye. You see, and the opportunity came up, and I was very grateful at the time because it helped me enormously to play at the Bristol Old Vic, and I got the opportunity to do a season there. Prior to this, I had met Galton and Simpson slightly and told them how much I really admired their work, and I really did, and said if ever they felt like writing anything separate from, because I never envisaged in 1,000 years going over into light entertainment. I then looked at television, and all I saw that was making any kind of good, what's the word, social comment, though I hate it, was the Hancocks, the Eric Sykes, this kind of half-hour comedy programme, you see. And, I did envy them. So they remembered this conversation, obviously, took me at my word, and this thing about the Rag and Bone Men thumped through the door. I read it and immediately wired back. Delicious, delightful, cannot wait to work on it, you see.
Well, let's take a look at one of those first Steptoes.
Oh, it's true, yes.
This is an extract from one of the very first ones called The Bird, in which you are expecting a girlfriend.
Oh, no. That Bramble is fantastic. He really is. And I'm not giving him a plug, I'm telling you. You see the contact there between us? You see his eyes already, you know what I mean? He's fantastic, that boy, really fantastic. Great to work with.
What did you first think about this part when you read the first script? Did it look easy to you to play?
Yes. Yes. With that ease that comes with, my God, this is brilliance. You see, good work is always easy.
You wanted to play it?
Yes, and you don't have to learn the lines even. They're there, they're right. They're the lines you should say. I mean, look, all that is down to Galton and Simpson. Those words. Brilliant.
Had they written it with you in mind?
No. That's, well, not me, because they didn't know anything about me. They had written, as every good writer writes, they had written a character, you see. And that was it. I fitted in, examined it. Actually, what they had written, I must say, was slightly wrong. I looked at it, and we both learned from each other, you know, in this relationship, Galton Simpson and I, and Bramble, and Duncan Woods, very brilliant director. We, for example, the old man was said, he was 85. I was 70. Now, this is splendid, but it would have been no involvement by the audience, you see, because everybody would have sat back and would have said, look at those two splendid old men. What lovely old men. But when I'd said lines like, I didn't get rickets through overeating, did I? That wouldn't have gone over. They'd have said, what a lovely old man saying that. When a 37, 8-year-old man says that kind of thing, it's getting through to a majority population in a power position of 38. So it stops them just laughing at the images of old men, you see. So I said, no, we must shift the ages down. A few more touches like that, but they're only touches. So then we began this relationship between us of getting the points over. He says, it's Rag and Bone didn't mean a thing. I wasn't interested in a documentary about Rag and Bone men. Never have been. I don't give a damn whether the prices are right, wrong, or otherwise. That's dismissed. That's thrown out of the window. It just gives a perfect format and a setup to range and slash all over the place, you see. I mean, Harold is the domestic work is over and done with in 5 or 10 minutes. It's all about politics, about sex, about general economics, about 1,001 things there, about the church, about anything you wish to mention, but it's certainly not about the Rag and Bone business. Now, none of that, surprisingly enough, relies on double takes, pratfalls, joey, grimaces, or whatever you wish to call them. They rely on words and timing. Do you notice the pace of that? Very, very delightfully slow and truthful to the subject matter.
Did you play with a studio audience?
Yes. Yes, for the first time I got quite a shock when I first played with them. But I didn't find them getting in the way.
It didn't create a problem as to whether you were playing to the camera or the audience?
No, not at all. because I can, to a certain extent, assume where the laugh points, or the ones I want to be, are going to be, you see. I mean, surely the lift of an eyebrow or the twist of a face can get a laugh on a fairly serious line, if you wish to. And it's the control of this, the plan. That's why I say, look at the contact between Willie and I. Willie is holding it because the point has to go over without the laugh getting in the way. I am holding back, and certain things. And remember, well, what is the level? The dialogue isn't screamed out. The level is, what? Yes. Oh, you do look nice. Oh, very nice. And the level is like that. And you've got gales sometimes of laughter, so it takes playing. The thing must go over, but not look as if we are shouting over your laugh to get it over.
There's a terrific confidence there about what you're doing all the time. You seem to know exactly where the cameras are, for instance. Did you discuss the shots with the director? Did you always know where the cameras were at any one time?
Yes, terrifyingly important. Oh, yes. You could say this is being camera conscious if you wish, but it's terrifyingly important to know that camera is, sort of there all the time. Otherwise, I won't get freedom, funnily enough, you see.
Let's look at another scene from Steptoe and Son, which was some 2 years later. Now, this is from Steptoe à la carte. Now, the situation is very similar. Again, you're waiting for a girlfriend to arrive. Would you like to compare those two in any way, do you think? Were they different? The character stayed remarkably consistent over a very long period.
This is the first time I've ever actually seen them, and the first time I get over the shock of seeing them.
You don't often see your television work?
No, not at all. Because Harold looks nothing like that to me, at all. I can see me in there, you see. So I envisage in my mind's eye what the author intended this man to be. And now the author is stuck with me, you see. Now, does the character change at all? He does. But he changes in the sense that they wrote further facets of the same man. Let's take the first meeting with the girl, She's a French au pair, you see. Now, with Harold, when you actually see him meet the girl in the things we did, you saw his normal reaction to sex. First of all, there was, I'm writing it here. Next you get, with Harold, the character is trying to evolve within himself, the excusing of this on the grounds of, no, this is love. First of all, there's sex. And after that, there's a conscience thing that makes him change it. It's got to be love. Consequently, that is an attempt that he's going to learn French, you see. Completely be French. And that would be the end of it for the evening. He sat down with a French record. He's going to learn French. He's going to have a few words ready. He's going to do this marvellous thing. But as ever, the old man puts his oar into it, you see. Which makes Harold have to defend why he's learning French, you see. Because he then is beginning, and this is the only way you can show it, he's beginning the retranslation of this world into the dream world after the sex. Oh, yes, she'll have a chateau over there. Of course, I'll work you in if I can. I'll stick you up in the old tower up there, and I'll be running around looking after the vineyards and the estate. Oh, it's the old man that started this. This is Harold's reply in the fight with the old man. Whether or not you saw it in that, there was a couple of the moments of what I was talking about. Those sort of reaction shots are there when the old man says, you're going to get us into the common market, and he says, you're great fairy. In there, you've got, well, the feeling I had, I remember quite distinctly at the time, whether you saw it or not, I don't know, because I'm too overwhelmed with seeing it. You've got a reply which is going to say, oh, you're a real swear word, or you silly old nit, but he knows he daren't say it, because that'll start him off on a completely different tack of argument, which the old man is after. So he swallows it back. But that all happens in a reaction shot of turning over from a table and saying, now listen, and he goes back onto the tack. However it is done, however badly well it is done, that reaction must be written in, do you see?
In fact, this is a common element in the conflict between you two, which is Harold's middle-class aspirations, which are mocked by the father.
Yes, yes, I would agree with that. But that again is your and the general viewer's right to call it whatever you will. If you, I still, you see, this is what I mean about getting there. Fight for your character, lad. when they're treading on it. You see, I can't think of it like that. That's why I don't discuss it really if I was to play it properly.
Sure,
Because,
no.
see, Harold doesn't think of it as middle class. He thinks of this as beyond, because he will discuss the middle class and the bourgeois and how middle class can you be while he's carrying out middle class aspirations, possibly. Do you see what I mean? But I could never admit to that as an actor and as Harold myself. No, this is not middle class. This is what I was made for. It was an accident. You ever had me, let's face it. I mean, I'm sure there was a mix-up in the hospital beds. I was really made to chump round the old vineyards there and sniff the grape and say a little too far up the hillside. You know, that's what I was really made for. This is hardly middle class, in Harold's estimation, anyway.